Hi, this is Alex from Groovy Entertainment. Today we're going to talk about more of my movie collection. And in this collection, we're going to talk about my Italian muscle man kind of movies. Let's save that big one for last. Our first one is Challenge of the Gladiators from 1965. Now, the back don't say that, so I'm have to remember what this movie was. And you got Rock Steven, who was I don't know if he was an American actor that went to Italy, or was he an Italian actor that had an American name. But this is about I think this is where he had to try to save some people from the evil Romans, and he does a good job at it. And this is a good. Most of these movies are action packed, and this company makes makes all these movies widescreen, so you can see them the way they were meant to be seen instead of full screen on TV back in the '60s and '70s. So this is one, and I might break this up into two episodes unless I keep talking. The Beast of Babylon against the Son of Hercules. This is from 1963, and this is about let's see, this is about the Babylonians trying to trying to keep the slaves for themselves, and the slaves, all the slaves get away and try to take down the evil Babylonian king. And this is what's this poor uh, Gordon Scott. He did Tarzan, but when he got tired of doing Tarzan, he went to Italy to make movies, and he made a whole bunch of movies. And then he never made no more movies after he left Italy. This is the original title to this is something different, but this is the American title. And this is a real good movie too. He played the strongman, Gordon Scott. He played one of the son of Hercules, and this was a title they used for the TV. I think it was a TV show, but they used this title a lot when they changed the Italian title. Our next one, The Devil of the Desert against the Son of Hercules, and no, Kurt Morris is the star of this movie, and that's Kurt Morris right there. He plays one of the Son of Hercules, and this is from 1964. Now these pictures had ended in 1965. They ran from 1957 or 57, 56, and they ran up to 65. So they had about 10 to 11 years, and they were just pushing these movies out a lot. Then they went to cowboys or westerns after six. They started 63. And they kept on going until the 70s, but these movies stopped at 65. And this is about I think these are the Arabian Nights kind of character or bad guys trying to kill off the slaves. And Hercules, the son of Hercules, has to stop one of the evil Arabian Nights villains from doing badness to the slave people. And he does. You know he has to win. Because he is the son of Hercules. Most of these pictures got an evil ruler that's trying to take over the slaves or trying to get them to stop their religions. Like let's say another one. Seven from Tiba, and this is from 1964. And you got Andrew Lawrence and Lorena Martin. And this is another Roman picture trying to take out the slaves. Now, most some of these pictures with slaves, and some of these pictures were trying to take out the Christians because they didn't like Christians back in this time period. So that was mostly the Italian Muslim was about. And the cover don't say what they are about, so I'm kind of guess, but you see one of the slaves right here getting killed with no, one of the Romans they're getting killed with an arrow from one of the slaves on the bottom. Soon we'll get to a movie that I can tell you about. There's no picture on the back, so I'm not showing you the back cover of this. Fire over Rome, and you got a bunch of Italian people. Now, let's see, you got a strong man on the bottom. Now, I'm thinking this picture might be one of them pictures where one of the Roman guards or whatever, or Roman general or whatever, turned Christians, or yeah, he turned Christian, or he turns and try to help the slaves out, and he goes against his own people, and he becomes the star of the picture. And I think that's him there, tied up to some kind of he tied to a cross. So it's like kind of like them kind of movies. I don't know nothing about this movie, but this is 1965, so they're so pushing them out. And this is our last brown cover movie. This is Goliath at the con at the conquest of Dam Damascus or Damascus, and this is from 1965. And you got Rock Steven. Rock Steven, the guy we talked about in our first movie we showed. So he played Goliath this time, and he trying to destroy the corrupt Damascus or whatever his name is. So these people are the bad guy of this movie, and he's trying to save the people from this new kind of enemy. And Goliath was always in some kind of they had Goliath, Samson, Hercules, but they would but that was their superheroes. So it ain't the Goliath out of the Bible. Just that was their superhero at the time. And we got Revolt of the Slaves. Now this one I could talk about. This is from 1961. And you got Rhonda Fleming. She was the only American star in here. And this is about a Roman Empire daughter who don't like the Christian people at all. And she falls in love with one of the Christian strongmen of the picture, but she don't know he's Christian until he starts talking about his God and everything. And then when she finds out what her people are doing to the Christians, she turns to their side and try to help them. And she she has to go into battle in the arenas and everything. And this is for this time, this is a real bloody picture. They show some real graphic scenes in this movie that surprisingly are good. You don't get to see them kind of scenes that much. You saw in Spartacus, and and I think Ben Hur had some of them, but this movie they pushed the envelope and they went full power with this. Of course, this is a Italian movie, so they could do a lot. And this is a real good movie. If you could find this movie, I think this movie released on Blu-ray now. Since now that I'm talking about this movie now, this is on Blu-ray. But when I bought this was never on Blu-ray. I'll just talk about the little collection. You got the Hercules collection, 6 movies. Now Steve Reed did not end this collection. You got The Love of Hercules from 1960. You got The Trojan Horse from 61. You got Medusa Against the Son of Hercules, 1962. You got the conquest of the my something from 1963. You got the trumpet of Hercules 64, and you got Hercules against the sons of the sun 64. So you get a lot of Hercules movies, and here's some pictures of the cover of what you will see in some of these movies. And you can't go wrong with these kind of movies because these movies are kind of after not really they're hard to find because once they're gone, they're gone. So when you find them in a collection like this, or any kind of DVD form or VCR copy, you get them because they're not easy to find. And the last days of Pompous with Steve Reed. Now this is Steve Reed without his mustache, and he played the Roman soldier who who don't let's see yeah, he played the Roman soldier don't that are trying to kill the Christians, and he falls in love with one of the Christian girls, and somehow she turns him over to her religion, and then the the Roman people don't like him anymore. Then they have a volcano that destroyed the whole city, and have a lot of good action scenes and stuff. He have a arena to fight in, and this is from 1960. So this is kind of like the revolt of the slaves in 61. Instead of a daughter, you got a Roman soldier who does the same thing. And it's like the robe. Because in the robe, that soldier turned Christian after holding Jesus' robe. And here's some covers. Or here's some pictures, I should say. Let me show you the other one, because I think this one may only can show you the cover of this one. I know it's not a clear picture, the picture's black. And this is how they made it. The pictures are clear, but when they took the photo, they didn't do a good photograph. Our next one, the class of the Olympians. This is just a 16 movies thing. He is not in the movie yet. He's not in this collection at all. They just use his face all the time because he was the first Hercules, and they wanted people to buy these, so they use his face all the time. And this one, you get Alibaba in the seven. This is from '64, where Gordon Mitchell. Gordon Mitchell was a American actor that went to Italy to make a name for himself, and he stayed in Italy up until I think he did these kind of movies, and then he stayed for the westerns, the early part of the westerns era. You got the Avenger, 1962, Steve Reed. Okay, so he wasn't here, but that at Hercules. Got the Giant of Marathon, 59, Steve Reed. You got the Giant of Rome, 64, Richard Harris. Now Richard Harris, he came out during he was an American actor that went to Italy to make movies, and he made these muscle man films. He made westerns, and he made kung fu movies. So he did a lot. You got the Giant of boy, I don't know how to say that word. That's from 1960. That's an Italian actor. You got Goliath and the Sin of Babylon, Mark Forrest, and he was another American actor that didn't do anything up here, and he went to Italy and became famous. And he only did these muscle pictures. And then you got Hercules and the Captured Woman, a woman. from 1961, where Ray Park, another American actor that moved down to Italy. You got Hercules Against the Moon Men, 64. Alan Still, he was another American actor. There was a lot of American actors that that they were bodybuilders, and then they came to Italy to. I think they came to Italy to do a bodybuilder contest or something, and they made movies. Let's see, you got Hercules Against the Mongolians from '63. Mark Force, he did another movie. Hercules and the Masked Riders, '63. Alan Still. Hercules and the Princess of Troy. That was the last movie. That was the last of these movies. The Hercules of the Princess of Troy. When that was made, it was made it was made in their country, but it was made for TV in our. It was like the American and the Italian movie made a movie together, and it was not as good because they rushed it. That is from '65. Gordon Scott. That was his last movie. Hercules in the Tyrants of Babylon. '64. Peter Lupus. Now he was the guy that did Mission Impossible. He was the guy with the muscles, the big guy. I think he did the first season, and he was a bodybuilder, and he did a lot of the bodybuilder competition, and he kept doing it up until he was an old man. I think he's still kicking, still doing it in his country. Let's see, Hercules Unchained, Steve Breeze. Okay, did they put the second Hercules on this list? Okay, that's pretty good. Hero, Hero the Great, 1960, and that was a movie about the King Hero. I don't know if that's the king that tried to kill all the babies because he wanted to get rid of Jesus as a baby. He killed all the he. I don't know if he was that time, or was he the one that tried to he gave the people a choice if they wanted the criminal or Jesus, and so I don't know if he was which one of the heroes he was. 'Cause there were two of them. You got Kendar the Invulnerable from '64. Mark Forrest. You got Spartacus and the Ten Gladiators from '64. Dan Valdez. So you got a lot of movies on this one. Like I said, these movies are hard to find. So if you could find a collection of them, you're one step up. But I'll finish the rest I got here. Then I'll do a two-part because it's gonna get long if I keep talking about them. You got the what is this one? Colosseum of the Arena. No, Colossus of the Arena. Okay, I'm reading upside down. So you got a Roman slave, or you got Roman slaves who let's see. Okay, you got Roman slaves that fight their master as gladiators, and they try to. And this is just a gladiator story, and they just try to fight the evil Roman after the Roman trained them. So it's like Spartacus in the sense. Because Spartacus, the Roman trained the gladiators to fight in the arena so everybody could watch them kill each other. And they got tired of it, and they got revenge on the people that trained them. And I think Rambo was the same way. The army made Rambo. He came back and took out the army. And you got Mark Forrest, and this is from 1962. And like I said, these movies are great, got a lot of action in them, but they do have slow parts in them also. And the picture make the movie look 10 times better than what the movie sometimes could be, because the picture already they already had good posters. Now this is the revolt of the I don't know how to say that name. This is a Richard Herrick movie. And this movie is kind of good when you get to the second act of the movie. And this is from 1964. And let's see what this movie is about. So this is about someone trying to kill the king of the emperor. Somebody trying to kill the emperor, and the emperor is so mean to his people, to the slaves. And then to the poor folks, he's so mean to them that they can't take it, and they go crazy and kill off all the rich people and everything. So this is a good movie. And here's the cover to it, on the back cover. Let's see if I didn't show you any of the other back cover. Oh, you get a nice another classic art. Not much. Oh, you get some little picture. I keep forgetting to show you these covers. It'll be a long episode, but we won't make it that long. I'll try to get down to 24 minutes. Now this is the Hercules Unchained. Now this is the widescreen version. If you could find this in widescreen, any copy you can find, they're hard to find, but this is a bootleg copy of mine. Yeah. You can tell when you get a bootleg copy because they look like this. But this is the only way you can get the widescreen version. And this is the second Hercules movie. And this is when Hercules gets this site takes place right after the first Hercules. And somehow somehow he somehow he's trying to stop two brothers from killing each other. And while trying to do so, he goes to some kind of woman. He goes to some kind of fountain that makes your memory gets lost for all the men that drinks the water out of it. And he drinks some of that water, and he loses memory. And then the evil queen that owned that fountain, trying to make him fall in love with her, so his friends help him break the spell. And then they got an arena fight in here, and they got a chariot race. And this kind of was his last film he made of the Hercules series. He made a bunch of other movies, but he didn't do no more Hercules. And this is the first Hercules movie that's from '59. This is from 1957. And this is only now it's hard to find this movie in widescreen. If you can find this movie in widescreen, it's 10 times better than seeing it in full screen. And this is just Hercules. And it got everything you can think of. It got Jason in the Argonauts when they're trying to get that what do you got sheep golden sheep thing. So this got almost everything you could think of. And then our last movie, I don't want this to be a whole hour thing. This is the slave of the son of Spartacus. Now this is kind of part two to Spartacus. It takes place kind of right after the American version of Spartacus ends. And now you got the son of Spartacus who's trying to do everything his father tried to do. And he kind of do. He leads a bunch of slaves to go against Rome. And this is Steve Reeves again, minus his mustache. And this is real good. And you can probably find this on you can find it on Amazon because it's where I got my copy years ago. Let me show you the back cover of these things, if I didn't show you already. I keep forgetting to show you the cover of these movies. So I hope you like this video a lot. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. And we'll have part 2 to this coming out real soon.